Oh, let me use your official name, Sarah Oliver. No, let's go Sezzles.
Yeah, let's just go sizzles.
Yeah, thank you for joining me, girlfriend. So we're going to talk a bit about the program. You've been completed it. You're in now week 3 post program. Is that correct? Yeah, post 3.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's talk about it, your experience. So first of all, what made you jump into this 12-week program? Like, what was your sort of initial motivation to get into this 12-week program?
Um, Ultimately, it was to get myself a little bit healthier
Yeah,
and lose weight.
yeah,
Um, as you know, I've actually been struggling for a long time
yeah,
with it. And I've tried everything,
yeah.
but I thought I'd give this a go.
Okay.
I'd seen the results as well
Yeah.
from previous people doing it, and I was like, wow, I can't ignore those results.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So could you break down what the program was like for you? So in terms of food, your workouts, what support you got, like just briefly run over those sort of things for me.
Yeah, look, the program itself was actually fantastic. It's actually structured to what you want and how you want to run it. I
Yeah.
mean, as you and I have known each other for a long time.
Very
So,
long time, girlfriend. Very
yeah,
long.
yeah.
Some would
So
even say
you,
family.
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So what I liked about it was you knew who I was,
Yeah.
and you knew that my food was okay, but
Yeah.
it was actually, it's a reality check for me was actually the not eating enough.
Yeah.
Right. So that was one of the biggest things. And you've always been telling me that. And I'm like, well, no, I think I am. And
Yeah.
so it was great to actually have the macro breakdown
Yeah.
of the program, being actually accountable for those macros
Mhm.
and what you're eating and what they equal in the macros.
Yeah.
Um, the It was simple. It was easy to actually manage. Like, it was not a hard program to follow, especially with
Yeah.
the app that actually comes with it.
Yeah.
And the services, like as in you touching base with everyone, having having someone go through it with you, or the actual other members, and
Yeah.
having access to them as well,
Yeah.
is a great source for them
Like
to actually just, yeah, it's like a little family, like a
a
cheer
little
squad, right?
community. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So all of those things um, is so different to any
Yeah.
other program you've had. Normally, when I've done a program in the past, you're solo. It's really strict. You can only eat certain foods.
Yeah.
Whereas you made it really simple in the way that, no, I want you to eat what you normally eat.
Yeah.
Just be careful with what you eat.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest things you said to me, and I'm sure you've said to everyone, is balance.
Yeah.
I don't want you to actually look at it and go, this is permanent, and as in this is actually so strict you can't go out and enjoy yourself, you can't have a drink, you can't actually live life. You've got
Yeah.
to live life. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
that's what I found, this is the best.
oh, perfect. Awesome. Awesome. And you did very well in it too. Just as a side note, just because I'm recording it, so that you can have that on record, you know.
Thanks.
Saved. Cool. Okay. And what kind of sort of help did you get during the program? Like in terms of like, did you find it enough support? Like, what sort of help was good for you? Like, did you enjoy the accountability? Was it too much, too little? Like what help did you find?
Okay, so the support was perfect. I
Mhm.
mean, it's never too much with
Yeah.
yourself. And if it's not enough, you can always just ring you and go,
Yeah.
hey, I need more help.
Yeah.
So if anyone's looking for the support level, it's up to the individual,
Okay.
really. I mean, you've left it to that. It's not too much as the program runs normal. The normal program, I just normally like ran the program like you set the program up.
Yeah.
I never thought it was too much.
Cool.
But and like like I said, if I needed extra, I would actually just text you or message you and say,
Yeah.
look, I'm struggling with this, or can you help me with that? And
Yeah.
you were always there. The responses were actually perfect. It was great.
We did have a few phone calls when you were supposed to be working.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
now. Shh.
Yeah. Don't tell anybody. No, cool. And in terms of like the app, like how did you find it? Was it easy to use? Was it easy to navigate? Like, did you find it insightful, having your programs on there and things like that? And the messaging
Yeah,
services? Yeah.
Yeah, having it all in one place was great.
Cool.
It was just the one thing I found was if you can't find foods,
Yeah.
or I found tricky was actually, and that's probably just me being ancient,
Yeah.
um, is just saving the programs, like saving your foods. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I've done it. I did it to favorites and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and I've done quite a few,
Yeah.
especially off the actual menus that you provided,
Yeah.
because some of the food on there is really good, and I'm still
Yeah.
living by that now. You know, there's
Yeah.
a few of the foods that I'm still switching out all the time because I just love them. They're so flavored.
Cool.
So it's really it's easy. It's
Yeah.
easy to prep and take with you to work. But that's probably the only thing, the only gripe I had was actually having to put everything in there. You've
Yeah.
got to set time aside to actually
Yeah.
do that,
Yeah.
right? So if you want to actually, like, your meals that you've got in the plan don't already come preset in the actual app.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you do it, you have to actually add it yourself.
Yeah.
But once you've added it, you only have to add it once, and then you go back and go, okay, that's my favorite,
Yeah.
and that's what I've eaten.
Yeah, yeah. But it's also, that's also, look at the positive side of that. That's good because it's making you realize what things are, and, you know, like realizing how much what stuff is, and
Yeah.
which is,
And
yeah,
you don't do that if it's preset, right? It's
yeah,
actually, you don't
yeah,
have to think about it. You
yeah,
don't measure things out. I mean, no one
yeah,
measures stuff out. You know what I mean? Unless you're actually a chef or a cook or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
But it was good to actually see those,
Cool.
having the, you know, accountability of actually doing that, setting
Yeah,
it all aside, and the
good.
prep.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it's the key, right? It really
It
is.
is.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So looking at some results, what did you use in terms of a measure for you? Yeah. So was it, you know, like, was it your clothes, or, you know, how you felt? Like, what was it that, you know, that you use that gave you a positive progress sort of report on yourself?
Okay, so
Photos,
definitely not
clothes.
scales.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely wasn't the scales, because we know that.
Yeah. Good.
But it was more around the clothes.
Yeah.
Definitely the clothes was top, and then maybe measurements.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is then
Yeah,
positive
yeah.
measurements. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. And by the end, what changes did you see in yourself, both inside and out? Like, what was some of the things that you can really, like, the good things that you can really see for yourself?
Well, to be honest, I didn't actually see any difference. Like, as in, you know what I'm like. I'm pretty tough on myself, and
Hmm.
I didn't see much of a change throughout the program. It wasn't until I saw the end results, the actual beginning photo and the end photo, that I was like, "Oh my god, that is massive."
Yeah, because we often
Um,
quite blind to see ourselves,
yeah,
and we,
yeah,
as women especially, we go, I'm not changing, I'm not changing, I'm not changing, I'm not changing. But then, like, when I sent you those, the start and the end, you're like, wow, okay, I did change. Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's massive. Um, and internally, like, I feel better. Like, I feel really quite happy with what I have achieved.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would have actually achieved it without the help I've got from
Cool.
yourself and the program itself. Um, so yeah, definitely a positive attitude.
Yeah.
So much so that I want to continue on the program. As you know, it's
Yeah.
not, not as strict as, but not. It's just like, it's going to be the rest of my life. Like,
Yeah.
isn't it something I can take with me and run and use continuously for the rest of my life?
Awesome. And
Yeah,
that's key, isn't it? Just
it
being
is.
sustainable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Awesome. Okay. So, Cecils, if you were talking to a friend about this program, about starting the program, what would you tell them?
Wow. Don't hold back. Do it. I've already told a couple of people. And my sister's actually in Perth. I showed her the before and after. She
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, that is amazing. She said, can we actually have a conversation about it when you actually got some time, when she's got some time? So,
Yeah.
and I'm a big advocate, like, as in, I'm telling everyone I can.
Awesome.
I think it's actually a program that a lot of women will actually appreciate,
Yeah.
and they'll get results.
Yeah.
And it's the personal results.
Yeah.
It's whether it might just be a mindset that some people might want to achieve. It
Yeah.
might be actually big changes in the body,
Yeah.
but whatever they want, they're going to get it from this program. It's not just about weight loss. It's not
Yeah.
just about actually how you look. It's not just about how your clothes fit.
Yeah.
It's the whole program is, it looks after your mindset. It's
Yeah.
collaboration with other people.
Yeah.
It's a community.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I mean, you and I worked a lot about that internal stuff and the changes in you from the beginning to the end internally and in terms of your confidence. It's just, oh, it's a beautiful thing. You're a beautiful thing. You really are. Oh, no, that's cool. And obviously we were talking, the next kind of led into my next question about, how do you see yourself keeping up with these new habits and routines and things like that? You did say it was something that you kind of take into the rest of your life. So that's really, really awesome. And you and I are continuing on, which is
Yeah,
great. I get to still check up on you 24/7,
yeah,
much to
yeah.
your delight.
Yes, definitely. But
And
it is good though. I mean, the actual program, because the food is based on what you already eat.
yeah,
It's just, well, for me it was.
yeah,
So I was always quite good with my food, and I know I've always been good with my food. I'm not one of these people that do a lot of junk food. I don't actually go out and buy takeaway food a lot of times. But what it did teach me is the prep. So I was actually going and buying probably the right foods when I was at work, like a salad and chicken or tuna or whatever it
yeah,
may be, but just being able to prep that yourself. I mean,
yeah,
most families have children and they're actually prepping lunches and morning
yeah,
teas for the kids. It's just getting into that routine of doing it for yourself as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, and
So
you managed to keep some yummy things too that you wouldn't think would be on a
yeah,
diet like this, right? Like,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
like that bark. I
yeah.
mean,
You
it's
love that.
absolutely amazing. I still got it. I mean, I
Yeah,
still make it now. It's still frozen. It's
yeah,
just a great snack.
yeah.
Unfortunately, my husband's now, Jonathan's found it as well. So I have to make it
Just the
every week
extra.
almost. Yes. Because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I found this really yummy yogurt thing in the freezer.
Oh, you're like, damn it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Cool. And so, all in all, like, how do you think your whole experience with the program will shape your health and fitness goals, like from here on out? Like, how has it changed the way? Because you and I have been working together for a while in terms of training, but in doing this program, what has it made you kind of look at differently in terms of into the future with your experience with health and fitness?
Yeah. So mine is mainly quantity,
Yeah,
which is the biggest thing I've actually found
yeah,
is
not,
you hear, and you've been saying it to me for a long time, women don't eat enough. They
yep,
think that the less they eat, the better they are and the more they're going to lose.
yeah,
And I never thought I was actually on that low scale. I never ever thought I was starving my body.
yeah,
But I obviously was, and I
yeah,
had no idea.
yeah,
And it's great to see that you can get these results just by sticking to a regular um, like the regular amount of food that you should to eat, right? It's just the accountability of that, like as in knowing, okay, so if I want to go out tonight, like I'm going to go see Rocky Horror tonight. So I'm
awesome.
like, okay, well, I'm being really clean, breakfast and lunch.
Yeah,
And then so I can go out tonight and actually
yeah,
have a couple of drinks if I want to
yeah,
and have dinner out and
yeah,
not stress about it. Even if you do go out and you're not having a great day, it's just also getting back into it the next day.
yeah,
Don't beat yourself up about it. Go,
definitely.
okay, well, fine.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what? I had a bad day. Let's just
yeah,
get back into it tomorrow. It's not like a program where you can't, you think, oh my God, I'm going to have to do this for the rest of my life. This
yeah,
is just, I can't. And that's not sustainable.
yeah,
If it wasn't a good program, it wouldn't be sustainable. Whereas this is actually really, really sustainable. It's actually something that I'm not lacking for anything. I've
yeah,
not actually one ever throughout the whole 12 weeks. I don't think I ever went, oh my God, I've got to do this again, or I've got to do that again, or I can't eat that, or I
yeah,
can't go out because I'm only on 1,200 calories,
yeah,
for
yeah,
example. And
yeah,
the other thing I found as well is how shaking it up, like keeping it not the same every week.
yeah,
So you had different meal plans, you had different exercises, you also had different quantities. So
yeah,
you reduced the actual intake, and then for a couple of weeks, then you decrease it, then increase it. So it's just actually making that body change and not
yeah,
actually, because I know a fair bit about exercise because I've been doing it for a long time because I'm
Yeah.
really old.
Oh, I didn't say it. You said it.
I
For
know,
once.
I know.
Once.
But it's actually, yeah, I'm like 56,
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
but what
what? You're not?
yeah. But what I found is the fact that you you're always thinking, I'm not doing it, like, as in keeping the same routine going every day.
Yeah.
Your body gets used to it. So
Yeah.
you have to shake it up.
Macros.
You
Yeah.
have to make changes. You have to actually, and those changes don't necessarily mean you have to do a 5,000 or 5K walk or
Yeah.
20K walk. It
Yeah.
just might mean, okay, drop your calorie count by 200 or
Yeah.
drop your calorie count by 500 this
Yeah.
week. And then next week, put it up back to where it was.
Yeah.
Doing the mac, and the biggest also as well, which I found was great, and it's one that I would actually definitely tell other people about, is knowing what you should eat.
Yeah.
Like what that number is. That
Yeah.
golden number is what people, most girls, are missing
Yeah.
in anything. It really is. They don't know how much they're meant to,
Yeah.
and what they want to achieve, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just understanding that, and I still don't quite understand it. I'm just following your guide.
You just
But
listen to
once
what I say.
exactly, I'm just a good student and
Perfect.
just
You're
does what she's told.
the best student ever. You just go, yes, Shani, no, Shani.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Everybody, all, especially women, our bodies are so different. Every person is different, right? So it's not putting it into that cookie cutter of like, oh, I can only have 1,200 calories, Every person is got different functions and needs different needs, right? So it's about finding what's specific to you and, or, that person to kind of make it work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So all in all, you can say it was good, right? It was
Definitely.
perfect.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing as well I did want to mention, because
Yeah.
a lot of girls probably, I'm not sure whether you've had a lot of clients that have
Yes.
had the same
Hormone.
issues as I've had, the hormone one.
Yep.
So I remember
Definitely.
being, I think it was
Millions,
around
actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Lots
what
of
is it?
people.
Yeah, that's good to know though, right? As in, like, from my aspect and from their aspect, hearing it from someone who actually had to deal with it through the program. So I think it was what, week 7?
Yeah, the hormonal changes.
That we actually went, you know what, this is not quite working. Let's actually shake it up and do that hormone reset.
Yeah.
That was tough. It was only 7 days, and it was tough. It was probably the toughest part of the program.
Yeah.
But I definitely think it was beneficial.
Yeah.
No doubt, I know that it was beneficial, and it made me feel heaps better. Because yeah, exactly. So I just wanted to really mention that, because a lot of girls would actually go, okay, well, if this is not working, they might go, you know what, I'm just going to quit.
Yeah.
All I can say is don't quit.
Yeah.
Ask have those conversations with yourself.
Yeah.
Make sure that they do talk to you about it and say, okay, well, I am struggling with this, or I'm not finding this actually working, and can we do something different?
Definitely. And it is tough, like, I mean, hormones, like, that just adds like another massive layer into this program. And it's understanding that it's not a one size fits all, everyone's got to have different needs. And especially when it comes to hormones, there's a lot of things that we have to adjust and change to fit and work for your body. So that's awesome. Well, I thoroughly enjoyed working with you on it. And I mean, you just can't get rid of me. Like, we just continue to see you and talk to each other every day. So that's perfect. But yeah, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk and share how you went on that program. Like, really help other women sort of feel and see that there is a chance to change and think about fitness and health differently.
Yeah. Well, look, if there's anyone out there that does need to actually want to have a chat to me about it personally, if you find anyone that's on the program that does want to talk to one of the participants who went through it, give them my name, give them my number. Happy to do it.
You're amazing, Cecils Oliver. That's what I love about you.